everybody, and welcome to Charleston Car Videos. My name is Chad. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 2019 Chevy Silverado LT versus the 2018 Ford F150 XLT. Now, I've done the best I can today to kind of compare two vehicles in similar trim level for you so you can see what the differences are between the two trucks. The 2018 F150, 2019 Silverado. Now, you may say to yourself in the beginning of the video here, well, you got a 19 over there and an 18 over here. Well, here's the thing, folks. For 2019 with the Ford F150, there won't be a whole lot of major changes done to the truck. So, just kind of wipe that out of your head for a moment and just pretend that that's a 2019 F150. And again, all we're looking at today on this review is really features and controls and options and some of the comfort things and some of the tech features and things like that. We're not getting too crazy with it as in, you know, horsepowers and torques and test drives and all that. We just want to look at the actual bare bones of the vehicle and sit inside of them and take a look at the exteriors and all that kind of stuff to see, really, for the main part, would you pick the Chevy over the Ford or the Ford over the Chevy? Because that's the main part. Once you figure out horsepower and engines, and there's tons of different options for that, then you can pretty much get right where you want on either brand, right? I'm assuming so. So anyways, no further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So to start out, here is our Ford F-150 XLT. Both trucks today are crew cab. Both trucks are two-wheel drive, okay? So just remember that. Both crew cabs, though. And we're going to see what the size of the rims are. We're going to take a look at the fronts, the backs, and all that stuff. So the black looks great on the F-150. The silver looks great on the Chevy. They're both good-looking trucks, really, when it comes down to it. People just love Fords and people just love Chevys. So here's the front of your Ford F-150, right? Got a nice, pretty chrome grille in the front. The Chevy's going to have the same thing, a lot of chrome up there. You're going to have your beautiful blue Ford logo. Chevrolet will have their gold logo. And the headlights on the Chevy and the Ford, they do got a little bit different designs here. Ford's got this kind of C thing going on, whether it's on an F-150 or an F-250. But a good looking front end. It's got fog lights down in the bottom. Let's go over and take a look at the Chevrolet. Now, just looking at it, to me it seems like the Chevy sits up a little higher off the ground. But maybe it's the way they've actually designed it, where the whole front of the car just is a lot thicker going from the bottom to the top. I don't know. It does have a different look about it, though. I do like it. It's not a bad looking truck, okay? It's a good looking truck. There's that gold bow tie, and it's got a lot of chrome going on. The headlights are definitely different. They're not as big and bulky as the headlights on the Ford. And your headlights stretch right across the top up under the hood there. And then to me it looks like either it's the blinkers or the fogs down on the bottom. I don't see any fog lights actually down in the bottom of the grille down there or near the bumper area like we have on the Ford. But let's go ahead and cut the headlights on both vehicles and get a little closer look and see what it looks like with the blinkers going and the headlights and all that. Alright, so now we have the headlights on and the blinkers on the Chevy and the Ford. As you can see, we definitely have LED headlights. I mean, you can really tell. Got a nice bright white look about them, so that's nice. We got LEDs going on up here, and then our blinkers are down here, as you can see right there. There is no fog light on the front of the Silverado. Now let's go take a look at our Ford. We have your traditional halogen headlights up top. Okay, so no LED on this particular truck. You can get a F-150 with LEDs, full LED by the way, but you're going to have to bump up to, I believe, maybe a Lariat, King Ranch, Platinum, something like that. Blinkers are in here. Again, not LED, just regular halogen blinkers. And you do have fogs down on the bottom. So you do have the fog lights. You don't have the fog lights over here. Okay, so there's the front ends. Looking pretty good. We got our camera off the tripod so we can start moving around a little bit faster here. Let's go ahead and start looking at wheels and all that, right? The Ford has Michelin tires on an XLT, and I would say it's an 18-inch wheel. Let's make sure though, right? Where are we at? Got a 245/70 series with a 17-inch alloy wheel. Okay. Black mirrors, just basic black mirrors. Again, an LT and an XLT are pretty similar as in, you know, trim levels. So 17-inch on the Ford. The Chevy's going to have a Michelin tire as well. And these are, let's see if we can find it somewhere on there, a 265/65/18. So you're getting an 18-inch rim over here and a 17-inch rim over there. Both of them do have 6-lug. No mud flaps on the front of this one. You do have mud flaps on that one. This is a plastic liner on the inside of your fender well, and your Chevrolet has more of a carpeted type felt liner in there. And you'll notice your mirrors have chrome on them with some black, and Ford's just giving you a basic black mirror. All right, so there's that. Again, four-door, painted with the button for the smart key, just a plain black handle, no button for any kind of smart key. Now there may be different trim levels you can get on an F150 XLT that may have the painted and all that, but again, this one here today does not have it. This one has cloth interior, that one has cloth interior. Your gas cap is on your driver's side, right there. It is a capless, okay? Ford going to be the same way, and we'll go back and take a look though just to make sure, see if it's capless. It's an easy fuel capless as well. Difference, it's got a yellow going on. The other one's got a black. You got a back window that's tinted already, and the back windows are tinted, just like on your Chevrolet. There's no window that opens and closes. There already is a bed liner in the back of this particular truck. The Chevy does not have a bed liner. There's your tail lights. You have a backup camera right here, and then just a traditional latch that you can pull to drop your tailgate down on the XLT. There you have it. Now this particular truck doesn't have a tow package on the back. Again, those are things to not pay attention to so much because it all depends on the dealership and how they're building out the trucks when they're building them to have them shipped or you know, in transit or whatever, allocated to the dealership. So again, just because that one doesn't have a tailgate doesn't, or a tow package, doesn't mean that your Ford at your regular Ford store in town may not have a tow package. It may already have it. Definitely a lot different going on back here. And again, this is all new redesigned body style. And with that being said, with that body style on the Ford being around for a few years already, you know, Chevy's really going to bump things up because it is an all new redesign. That's just kind of how it goes. There is no bed liner. It does have the tinted windows and all that, but there's no window that opens and closes on your LT. All right. Back here you got Chevrolet. You have a backup camera, you have a rear LED light, and you have a button to drop down the power tailgate feature, which is really nice. Again, that particular Ford truck and the XLT will not come with a power tailgate. You'll have to bump up again to maybe a Lariat, King Ranch, Platinum, something like that to get a power tailgate on your F-150. Now, of course, the power tailgate does not go back up. It just stays down like that. There is LED lights in here, right there, okay? So you got LED lights. You have to turn them on through the cabin there. In the back of your Ford, there will not be any LED lights going on back here to light this area up on an XLT. The only lighting you'll get to light this area up is right up top right there. So your Chevrolet is going to give you the LED lights and give you some lights up there to light this whole area up at nighttime, which again is a really nice upgrade there for you on the 2019 Silverado. When the new 2020 Ford F-150 comes out, if that's going to be a new body style, I do not know just yet. Maybe they'll add all that stuff on, right? So how do you get in the back of the Chevy if you need to climb up? Well, you're just going to put your foot right here and climb yourself up into the back. Do you have anything like that on the XLT F-150? No, you do not. The only spot you're going to get to is right here to climb in, okay? Now again, higher trim level F-150s with Lariat King Ranch packages has the iconic step system that's built into the tailgate to get into the back of the truck. For some reason, the XLT right here today does not have anything to help you get in the back of the truck. So those are things to pay attention to. Let's take a look at window stickers while we have a moment. Fuel economy on a 5.3 liter V8 8-speed automatic transmission is 23 on the highway, 17 city, average combined of 19. Okay, this truck over here is getting similar. Only difference in this truck is today we happen to get the keys to a V6 version instead of a 5.0 liter V8. You can get an XLT with a 5.0 liter V8. This one just happens to be a V6. I think it's a 3.3 liter. Let's take a look. Yeah, 3.3 liter V6. Should get similar fuel economy to this right here. A lot of people probably would rather have the V8 5.3 over the 3 liter V6. But again, it's all up to preference, and this review is not really so much about engines and towing and all that. This is about looking at what features you're getting on the outside and inside that are going to make your life a little bit nicer, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and start with the Chevrolet while we're here. Open up our door. This is your interior. Power window. You have one touch setting just on driver's side. One click of the button rolls the window down or up. The other windows are just regular power windows. You got power mirrors and door locks here. Got some nice chrome or satin kind of finish there. Synthetic wood trim here. That's kind of hard. It's not really too soft. This is all kind of hard. That's hard plastic there. This is more of a soft touch, but still kind of a hard touch if you think about it. It's not really that soft. You got a lot of cubby hole spots. You got speakers down here. Then your tweeters are actually going to be up on the dash there instead of right here. Your lighting controls and everything like that is right there. Steering wheel leather wrap, very nice. These are your cloth interior seats on your 2019 Silverado. I like them. They're a nice looking seat. I love how it's got like a denim kind of jean look going on here. Maybe that's the kind of material it is, but it looks really nice. You have power options. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10-way power seat on driver side, okay? This is your center console here. It's also dubbed over as a center seat. You know, some people have said, well, why is there not a big, nice center console like you see on the Ford, you know, King Ranches and Lariats and all that? Well, you got to give Chevy just a moment to come out with their premier packages and all that. And I'm pretty sure Chevrolet will wrap you in a nice big center console there. There's your dash on your Silverado LT. Got a nice big screen in here, storage up top. That's a really nice screen with your backup cameras and everything you need to do. You got dual climate control, start stop engine button right there, and a true smart key. So you don't have to put the key in the ignition anymore on the LT Silverado to crank her up. You do have a C port here and a USB and a 12 volt, and then on higher trim levels eventually there you'll have a 150 watt 400 watt max outlet, something like that, 150 volt and 400 watt max outlet in there. You have dual glove boxes, one up top, one on the bottom that locks. And again, this is a center seat. This opens up for more storage right in there. So that's all really nice. Up top, no sunglass holders, just so you know. You do have OnStar and you do have LED lighting. Got a nice, massive size mirror there. That's the biggest mirror I've ever seen on a truck. That's pretty good. I like that. So you got that on both sides. Nice big rear view mirror there. But again, no sunglass holders. You have plenty of spots to put your sunglasses is what I think Chevy's trying to tell you. Okay? So that's the front. Let's go take a look at the Ford front and then we'll go look at the second row seats in both trucks. All right, everybody, so we still got our keypad here to press the code in. Chevy definitely doesn't have that. That's been around since the 90s with Ford, and they still keep it around even today. Both trucks are running, got the AC blowing. It's a hot day today, even though it's September 10th or something like that. Anyways, you do have power windows, one touch setting on every single window, which is nice to see. Again, not joking with you folks, look at that. Going right on down. I don't even have to hold the buttons. There's my hand. So you got one touch settings on all windows, cubby hole spot there, cubby holes there. That is definitely softer to rest your arm on, but this is hard plastic everywhere else except for right there, which that's probably the most important spot to have some soft place, because that's where you're resting your arm at and your elbow when driving. Some people like to put it up there as well. Here's your seats. Again, I will tell you, you know, the seat design on the LT Silverado over there is definitely a lot nicer, just the way it looks and just the way it's built. It looks like a nicer seat. And you don't have any power options on your XLT truck over here, okay? So no power going on. A lot smaller area for lighting and cutting things on and all that. You do got big vents, which are nice. Steering wheel has no leather wrapped on it on the XLT, okay? You do got Bluetooth. Both trucks got Bluetooth cell phone systems and all that good stuff. You got buttons here to control that center screen, but Ford's giving you a lot smaller screen on the inside. So that's one thing I like about Chevy, is even on a LT, they're giving you a nice big screen on the inside, which looks freaking phenomenal, okay? Ford's just giving you that. There is no dual climate control inside the Ford. There is no C port, just USB and 12 volt inside of here. center seat, center console. It definitely on the Chevrolet over there, you got a lot more spots to store things in. I mean, both trucks do open up just like this, but definitely a lot less space on this one. And another thing, I'll see, you got cup holders down here and cup holders right here. Chevrolet's truck, if you take this and push it up, there's even more storage up under that seat right there, which is kind of cool. You know, my battery's about to die on my camera, and it would have been nice to be able to plug in and charge up, right? But we don't have that outlet on either trucks, Ford or Chevrolet. So you do have sunglass holders and LED lights in here. So that's one thing you get that the Chevy doesn't have, is sunglass holders. Is the mirror as big? It's still pretty big, not as big as a Chevy, but it's still a nice big mirror. Neither trucks have lights built into the vanity mirrors, so you're gonna have to either use the LEDs up top or get your LED light out on your phone and go like that. Now, while we're at it, let's go ahead and take a look at the second row seating and see what we got going on, right? Well, you got a lot of leg room in the back of your Ford. That's always been a given. You got spots to throw maps and tablets and iPads. Down on the bottom here, you have 2 USB ports right there. You have a 12-volt here, okay? But you have no rear air vents to blow cool air on you. That's always been a big thing that I've told people. I'm like, I love the Ford trucks because they have rear air vents. Well, I'll be doggone it if the XLT just doesn't have them, okay? So you have to bump up to Lariat or higher trim levels to get the rear air vents on the Ford. At least Chevy now is even putting it on the LT version. Now, you don't have a rear armrest in the back of this truck, as you can see. There's no armrest here at all to rest your arm on. Again, I like to have a rear armrest in the back of a truck, and it would have been nice for them to add one in, even with the cloth interior here, but it's just not there. I don't believe there's one on that truck over there as well. So, you know, I did see a cloth interior with the RST version Silverado, and it did have an armrest or a cup rest, and it did have some spots that open up here to store things in. Now, the seat does come up, but there's nothing here to come up right here like this, so you can throw things in where they don't roll all around. So Ford and Chevy are exactly the same on the XLT versus the LT when it comes to that right there. Both of them pop open like this with the back seats, but they just don't have anything under there to keep things from moving around. Now, they do have it on the Ford if you start looking at like a Lariat or higher trim level. So again, I'm really curious to see a Silverado higher trim level. All I've seen so far is an LT and an RST. So I'm really excited to see a Premier package or LTZ or whatever that is when they come out with it. So here's the back of your Chevy, right? It's got a spot to throw things in on both seats. Plenty of leg room. This is a bigger truck than it's ever been. Longer, wider, more room. I mean, you got it. And I love that you got rear air vents back here. I mean, it feels good. I can feel it blowing on my face right now. You got 2 USB ports and a 12-volt just like your Ford, but you do have the air vents. And again, like I said earlier, there is no armrest. And this is all pretty much just like the Ford next door right there underneath, okay? So that's it in a nutshell. You do got lights up top on both trucks, no back windows that opens and closes, but a lot of space to really get in here and have a lot of leg room if you got some taller people sitting in the back after a long day at work. All right, everybody, let's talk about price for a minute, right? Because that's always important. So retail on a 2-wheel drive LT crew cab with the V8, okay, is going to be $45,080. So you see right here, $45,080 is MSRP. After 98 over invoice, we're going to be at $43,188.16. It says upfront invoice pricing, no closing fees, no dog fees, no admin fees, no aspirin needed at all. So let's remember that. $45,080. Booyah. $45,080 down to 98 over invoice, $43,188. Merchant Chevy does no dealer admin fees, no dog fees. They don't do any dealer add-ons, okay, such as rust-proofing, paint sealant, undercoating, adding on wheel locks, and just all the things that a lot of stores do where they add all these extras onto the vehicle before you actually decide if you want them or not. We don't do that at Merchant Chevy, and we definitely don't do that at Ravenel Ford. Now, this particular truck right here today, I'm not going to go over pricing on this one because this is technically a pre-owned truck. Every single Ford on the lot right now, XLT or Lariat or Platinum or King Ranch, every 2018 truck on the lot right now has got a recall, and I'm not allowed to drive them. crank them up or do anything with them until they run through the shop and get this little recall fixed. So that was why I could only bring down the 2018 XLT from the pre-owned side, is because I could actually drive it. And if you're curious of what a pre-owned truck like this would cost, a 2018 with 16,000 miles, the price is $30,880. So hopefully that helps you. Again, $43,188, $30,880 on a pre-owned.